Welcome back to the recruiting podcast with DMV Sports Live 6 and Old Sun Sports. We have a great guest on tonight. He's from Hurst, Texas. He's a doesn't have the stars yet, but he's a really good recruit. He's got two offers currently. His name is Tristan Johnson. He's from, again, he goes to LD Bell High School, and he's from Hurst, Texas. Welcome to the show, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, so tell us, first
Great
question I
opportunity.
ask everyone. Cool, good stuff. First question I ask everyone. What, when did you first pick up a football? Like, what's your first memories with football?
Oh, when I was 4 years old, I was playing tackle football at 4 years old. My first word when I was born, my first word was ball.
Ball,
So
that's cool. That's
it's
funny.
it's really football's always been in my life. I honestly can't remember a time when it wasn't, and I've always just had a feel for it. Always loved playing it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
cool. So, Rob, do you have a question?
Yeah, Tristan, what position did you play back then in youth football?
I was a pretty big kid. I was always a lineman. So I usually played defensive line. They had me offensive line. And I always wanted to run the ball. So I actually ended up losing a lot of weight. And when I went to junior high, started seventh grade, I played running back through seventh through ninth grade. I mean, I still played both sides of the ball, but I was able to be the starting running back and get a lot of touchdowns. It was fun. But,
It's fun scoring, huh?
Yeah.
It is.
Pancakes are fun
So-
too, though, or sacks and pancakes are fun too, though. I'm a lineman myself.
I bet you were a good lineman, Grady.
Yeah, I was a lineman on offense, center. I was a stand-up linebacker on defense. Yeah, but neither here nor there. So tell us what you play. You play defense primarily. You're looking to play defensive end, defensive tackle, like 3-4 technique at the next level.
Um, you cut out a little bit, but
Sorry, you're defensive tackle at the
Grady,
next
hold on.
level.
Grady, say that again, Grady.
What do you see yourself at as the next level? Like a defensive end, defensive tackle?
I believe I could play a five technique through a three technique. I believe
Yeah.
I could play defensive tackle or even edge if that's where they have me.
Yeah.
At the school right now, we run a three-man front, so really I'm a defensive tackle because I line up in a four-eye, a four, sometimes even a three,
Yeah.
and then I'll be on the edge for a five and be the edge rusher. But really, I think I could play either position, defensive tackle or defensive end at the next level.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff. So let's take a step back. Let me know where your goals are for this year as far as your individual goals and your team goals.
For my individual goals, I definitely want to take it up a notch from just first team all district. I'm aiming for a little bit more than that. Hopefully, I can end up getting first team all area, something like that. But really, I haven't been thinking about that too much. I kind of just want my play to, you know, produce the results at the end of the day. I've thought more about the team goals. I want to become a better leader because I know I have
Good
the
goal.
capabilities of being one. Being able to lead the team and just lead the defense and, teach guys and just allow guys to get better around me. Like allow them to teach me the stuff that I know and that I've learned over the last 3 years. So, and yeah, go to the playoffs. I mean, I think
That's
that's
the
what
goal, huh?
any
Yeah.
team wants to do. So
Yeah, definitely any team wants to do that. So let's go back to COVID a little bit. When COVID happened and everything was shut down, some of you players found different ways to train and, prepare for the game more mentally, physically. What was your routine? What did you do? How did it affect you?
I mean, it affected me just a little bit. I mean, I couldn't go to the gym as much because it was closed down for a little bit, but for the most part, it didn't really stop me. I did end up gaining a little bit of weight, but I would always make sure I'd go out and do lots of field work and really just try to get better the ways I could, even though like my surroundings were not necessarily. I mean, nobody's surroundings were necessarily great. And you just got to think of it like you're not the only one, like everybody's got to find a way through it. So why not me? Like I got to, find a way to get through it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's good stuff. I got one question to piggyback off of that. I heard you earlier, you talked about getting better in leadership. What are the other ways that you think you can get better this year to show your growth?
Probably just being able to keep their spirits high when like things aren't going our way necessarily, because that's not a thing I've really done throughout my career, is been able to talk to, my teammates and be able to really lift them up. I've kind of always been a lead by example, but at some point you got to be able to, like, your teammates trust you. Like, you got to realize that your teammates do trust you. They're going to listen to you. So you just got to be able to talk to them, just be able to lift them up at the end of the day.
Go ahead, Grady.
Good answer. I was going to say, I'm looking at your lifting metrics right now. You bench 345, you squat 415, deadlift 460. What do you like best about training? What is your favorite part of the off season and like training? What's your favorite? You kind of get what I'm going with that.
Yeah. Bench is definitely my favorite. I got to get my squat up. I mean, it's decent right now, but eventually I think I got to be able to hit around 480, close to 500 sometime soon. Hopefully before the season starts. But it's not just that, not just in the weight room. I like going out to the field and running with the parachute and just jogging on the treadmill. I mean, when I go to the gym, I just don't lift. I actually do cardio in order to keep my endurance.
Focusing and
yes,
drilling,
sir.
yeah. Cardio is important.
Do you play other sports?
As of now, no. For the ever since 7th grade, I used to play basketball. That was my other sport. This is my first year. This is my first off season. I haven't played basketball, so I've had ever since last November, I've been getting ready for football, which I've never had that before.
Yeah, should pay off with a big year for you.
That's the goal right there.
Cool. Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead, Grady. I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask, what do you like as a student? Do you have a favorite class, or what major would you pick if you had to pick one for college?
Favorite class right now? I usually enjoy history class. I've been pretty successful in there. You just got to kind of remember the facts of what they taught.
Yeah.
And for a major, I'm still deciding. I definitely want to do something, probably something with sports medicine, probably something in that area. I haven't really decided on what exactly yet, but definitely something that has to do with sports. I know that.
Good stuff. Good answer. You have next question, Rob?
Oh yeah. I good. So going into next year, have you built any relationship with any recruiters yet?
Do you mean like college coaches?
Like the recruiters, talking to them, texting with them?
I don't necessarily have a college coach that I text about every day, but occasionally it's really just I'm still in the beginning process of developing relationships. The D2 offer I got, the coach knew me from my sophomore year. He knew about me. He came up to the school and he was interested in me. And now, a year later, he still remembers me, and he's been following me, following my games and my journey up to this point. And he ended up offering me. So
cool.
Really, it's just the beginning process for me in developing new relationships.
That's good stuff. I got one other question off of that. If you were talking to a recruiter, how would you tell him that you can help his program in a positive way? What can you bring to the table as far as that?
First off, I would tell him I could bring my grades to the table, because I think that's the most important thing for a football player in college. So I would tell him I gotta 3.82 GPA. You know, I'm still looking to improve it. And after that, just my work ethic. You know, I mean, a lot of guys might say that, but I really think like my work ethic is what separated me, especially in this from this off season or from the end of last season to now. It's been a tough like off season, but in a good way. But I've pushed myself like to the limits every single day I can. That's what I've been doing. And then my versatility, I believe I could play defensive end, defensive tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe outside linebacker if I had to. I really believe I could do that. So that's what I would tell him.
No, watching your film, you're very explosive, especially when you see that open up and you see that quarterback there. You get at him real fast.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a nutritional program that you use as far as your eating habits?
Unfortunately, I don't. I mean, other than drinking protein shakes, you know, after workouts, I do not have a nutritional program as of now. I probably should, but I don't.
You can just start small and just make good choices here and there, and you'll see the results with your body.
It helps you maximize what you're doing. Sir. It definitely does.
Yeah,
it definitely does. Go ahead, Grady. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say. So you told me your favorite team's the Ravens. What how did that come to be about? And do you have any favorite players?
Oh, a lot of people have asked me why I'm a Ravens fan. I really couldn't like give a straightforward answer on it.
As long as I can remember. Franchise.
Yeah, I mean, since I was about three or four, I've been a Ravens fan. I mean, I got memories of the Mile High Miracle.
Yeah, the Mile High Miracle.
The Mile High Miracle, Jacoby Jones in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was a good memory, good times.
My favorite players, you know, Joe Flacco. I always loved watching him.
Joe Flacco guy, that's fun.
Joe Flacco, really?
He was
yeah. Joe Flacco's the man.
Oh, he was elite. Hold up. You guys started this, so I'm gonna finish this real quick. We're gonna make quick work out of it. Did you just say Joe?
I did.
The guy they gave all that money to couldn't throw to the backside of his own tail.
That's true, but he's got a ring.
Joe Flacco has been on like 8 teams now.
I mean,
Trent Dilfer had a ring. It had nothing to do with
that's
Joe
true,
Flacco.
Yeah.
Way better
but he still's got a ring now.
One of the best defenses in NFL history.
So did Joe Flacco.
11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions on that playoff run. He got hot at the right time.
He was one of the best playoff quarterbacks in NFL.
Yeah, he got hot at the right time.
Okay.
He beat some of the greatest of all time.
So you, Tristan, know it's about consistency and longevity. So he had one good playoff run, and what has he done since? Except collect free money.
That's a fair point.
I mean, they did end up getting rid of his receivers like Anquan Bolden.
Oh,
that's true. You gotta. He's been a good backup for the last couple of years, though. The Jets have called upon him recently.
He's been a good backup. We're gonna get back on subject.
Yeah, back on task. Do you have any questions, Rob?
Hold on, I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say he was a bum, but if I'm comparing him to the greats, he was a bum.
He's not an all-time great. He's just an average Joe Flacco. He's just a likable guy.
That's true.
Oh man, he stole the money from them people. Tell him get that money back. Tell him give that. Okay.
All right.
Back on topic. So we were talking. Grady, what was your last question? I'm sorry, you guys.
I just asked him about the Ravens, and but before that, I asked him about it. I think is how he was as a student.
Yeah. So you say you wanted to take sports medicine. Let me go back. So I know, Tristan, that you're a Nebraska boy, right?
Yes, sir.
So you love Nebraska a lot. Tell us a little bit about when you moved to Texas, how you felt, leaving Nebraska and how that affected you and stuff like that. But, Texas is a big football state.
Yeah.
So it was a bigger lake there to play in. But just tell me, going there, how you had to raise your level, how, there's levels everywhere. So just explain that to us a little bit, how that affected you.
I mean, at the age of 3, my mom moved me and her. We moved out to Tyler, Texas. That's where it started at. It was a big change. I didn't have much family. It was just me and her out here. I mean, we didn't have any family really to I mean, we could always depend on them, but they were always in a different state. So sometimes it would get tough, not having too many relatives around. But at the end of the day, my mom, she made the decision that she felt was best for me and her, especially for me. She knew I was going to play football. Like, she always kind of knew. And she moved us out to Texas, and she eventually got her a better job opportunity as well. So, I mean, that's the goal right there. And
Good stuff.
Yeah,
what were you gonna say?
no, go ahead. You go finish.
Yeah.
First.
Oh, and yeah, I mean, I've lived in Texas ever since then, and of course, I always like about a couple times every year I come back to Nebraska to visit my family. They always want to, or I always want to be out there too, but they always want me. They're always reaching out, telling me that they want me to come back out there, and I always have no problem doing that. And of course, I've been following the Huskers because I was born in Lincoln, Nebraska. So
Right.
Huskers guy.
and
good
now
stuff.
at this point, they're inviting me to their spring practice coming up, April 6th, I believe. Yeah, that's the date.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Not just to me, but to all my family out in Nebraska, because they've seen this journey from the very beginning, and now like it's becoming a reality, for all of us. So yeah.
Kind of full circle. You kind of, you lit up when you talked about your family. Tell us a little bit about your support system and how important that is to you.
My support system is probably the most important thing. It's gotten me through a lot. My mom's always worked as hard as she could for me, and my brother, my little brother. Always worked multiple jobs, trying to do the best thing, possible for the family. My dad's always been pushing me in training, ever since since the beginning. So I've been grateful to have those two, and my brother, of course, but he gets on my nerves sometimes. But I'm just grateful to be able to have that and be able to have people who are gonna push me to be the best that they know I can be. So at the end of the day, that's some family right there.
Yeah.
There it is. Brady?
I guess last question I'll ask is fun question I usually ask people. If it's like say the Ravens make the Super Bowl again, and you're having a party, what kind of food are you serving for like all the boys or like all your friends and family?
It's got to be wings for sure.
What's your favorite wing flavor?
I'm pretty simple with wings. I just always like barbecue.
Just good old barbecue,
just
good stuff.
Honey barbecue. You can
Honey
never go
barbecue.
wrong. Nothing too hot. I can't.
Fair enough.
You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me with this Raven stuff.
Yeah.
Hey.
Every decimal counts.
They can't even sign Lamar Jackson.
Oh, I know it's a disgrace, but well, that's another story for another day.
We can't sign anybody right now because of that.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Nebraska will be good again before the Baltimore Ravens will be.
Honestly, that could be.
I'm old enough to remember them 90 runs.
Yeah, with Tommy Frazier.
With Frazier and what was that running back's name? Phillips. With
Phillips
and Frazier and all them boys. So I remember that.
Yeah, they were actually legit back. Matt Rule's their coach now, right?
Yes, sir.
Matt Rule's the coach.
Tristan, I just want to say, I watch your film. I believe you're definitely D1. You just got to keep working, keep getting better. Never stay hungry. Never let anyone out. Stay. And I'm definitely going to be in touch. We're going to work together, man. We're going to make it happen for you, sir.
Yeah,
thank you.
Sounds good to me. All right, well, thank you for joining the show, Tristan. It was really great having you. You're a great, very talented, well-spoken young man, and we wish you the best as you go forward on your football journey.
Yes, sir. No problem. Thank you guys for having me. I had a great time.
Of course. Thank you.
Tristan,